Good afternoon, sweethearts. How y'all doing? Three ones, let's talk. We talk about there's so much going on the internet. There is so much going on in the outside physical world, and there is so much focus on everything outside that's going on. Ascension, we have said this time and time again. Ascension and awakening is a singular journey. And yet, the majority of the spiritual community, the majority of those on the awakening and ascension path are waiting. Waiting for the RV to happen. Waiting for Trump to be impeached or resign or anything else. Waiting. Sweet ones, why are you waiting to ascend yourself when it's a singular journey? Why are you waiting on something outside of you to make you happy? The tower has been fallen, the RV has been released, the RV has been out. Everything is an energy, vibration, and frequency. I get so many messages from people asking about this RV, asking about the currency exchange, asking about this. Go to Kent Dunn, he has the answers on that, sweet ones. I don't focus on that because for me, the RV is already done. Trump is not even the president. But yet you guys wait. Why are you waiting, sweethearts? Ascension is a singular journey. You're not going to take the RV with you when you ascend. You're not going to take Trump and the government with you when you ascend. You're not going to take your family and your children with you when you ascend. All the walls that you have been keeping up because you're fearful of stepping out into your power, into yourself, are going to come crumbling down. The tower has fallen. The tower's been fallen. And yet, you keep waiting. Good morning. Good afternoon. The neighbor kids that just moved in. In every given moment, you have a choice. You have a choice to keep your walls up. You have a choice to stay in fear. You have a choice. And yet so many of you don't exercise that choice because you're afraid. What are you afraid of? In the physical plane, if you will, in this physical earth, the reason the RV has not seemingly been released is because you got one who knows and you got one who believes. I think they're the same person. They are. It's Richard. And you got this person and you got that person and you got this person and you got that person, and they're constantly battling. They're constantly calling each other out, saying, oh, this person is cabal, that person's cabal, I know it all, I know it this, and they're calling each other and they're playing this childish game. Sweet ones, what does unity mean? What does unity mean to you? What does oneness mean to you? Does it mean sitting there calling everybody else out and calling them liars and telling them that they don't know anything? Is it constantly bashing people and calling them names? Is it constantly bashing them and calling them stupid, or they don't have common sense, or they don't know this, or they don't know that, or they're cabal, or they're Illuminati? Get over it, sweet ones. Because you are them. What you are seeing in them is your own perception. It is issues that exist within you. If you see people as stupid, then take a good look in the mirror. And ask yourself why. If you think everybody is the cabal and the dark and the Illuminati, look in the mirror and ask yourself why. Love is. It's everyone that you sit there and say is the dark, is the cabal, is horrible. At what point in time do you guys take responsibility for you? At what point in time do you guys decide that you're going to come into unity? Because it's a singular journey, sweet ones. Only you can decide. And for all those that keep messaging me, if you are dependent on the RV to save your life, you might as well put a gun to your head and shoot yourself, sweet ones. Because the only thing and the only person that's going to save your life is you. Does that sound harsh? Maybe. And if you take it that way, I apologize. Life is, sweet ones. And love is everything that you complain about. And love is, you want to sit there and you want to bash on Trump. You want to bash on Hillary Clinton. You want to bash on everything that they have done. Yes, you have a right to be disturbed. Agreed. But sitting there bashing people isn't going to change it. You're showing your own character. And is that how you want to be seen? Seriously, sweet ones. Is that how you want to be seen? Here we have all these that are currency holders. And the currency holders, it has been put out there that yes, they are the chosen ones because they are going to have the money and the currency to bathe this earth. Is that who you really want in control of your new earth? Is these currency holders that are sitting there bashing each other? Calling each other out? And you guys wonder why the RV has not taken place in the United States. Because the very people that hold the currency, that are waiting to exchange it, to start the humanitarian projects and to put them out there, can't get over their own goddamn egos. They would rather sit there and bash each other and sit there and say, I'm of the light and you're of the dark. The very people that are supposed to be bringing us into unity on this physical plane are in a battle with each other over their egos. So at what point, sweet ones, do you guys take responsibility for yourselves? At what point are you going to stop and look in the mirror? We are one, and unity and unconditional love has nothing to do, sweethearts, nothing to do with sitting there bashing each other. Helena, there's that powerful, stupid people. I would really encourage you to observe thyself and why people find it necessary to call other people stupid. Sweet ones, every opinion is a judgment, and divine love has no reaction. It has no opinion. It has no judgment. And at some point in time, you have to take responsibility for you. You want to change this physical plane? Then observe thyself and figure out where you are engaging in the very stuff still that is preventing it from happening. You want to sit here and you want to sit there and say, we want to go into 5D. We're in 5D. This is going to put us in 5D. No, what's going to put you in 5D is yourself. It's not going to put, money is not going to put anybody into 5D. Your hearts are what's going to put you into 5D. This RV and prosperity package, yes, it is going to benefit all of humanity. And yet, if it is done with the wrong intent, if it is done through the ego and not the heart, it's not going to make a bit of difference, sweethearts. It's not going to make a bit of difference at all. Because I can tell you, for one, you guys can keep your money. Because in the realm I live in, money is not in that 5D higher dimensional light body frequency. Money is not the object of anybody's affection, including mine. Do you need money in this physical world to survive at this point in time where everybody is at on the physical plane? Absolutely. And yet, the object of humanity's affection is money. And as long as the object of your affection is money, and the object of your focus is money, it's not going to come to fruition, sweet ones. You will not manifest it. What is holding the RV up on this physical plane is you. Those of you who participate in this dark light battle, at what point are you going to allow yourself to stop the duality, to stop this separation and come together? At what point in time are you going to allow yourself to truly understand what oneness and unity is? At what point in time are you going to allow Spirit to guide you instead of your ego? So, sweet ones, for all of those who are messaging me about the RV is complete. You just have to tap into the frequency of it. I have nothing to do. I am not in any of those groups that has anything to do with the RV. Everything I get from Spirit. And I get that my messages from Spirit are out of linear time. And I get called on it all the time. Well, you said this, why hasn't it happened? Well, it has happened. Just because it hasn't happened in your linear time frequency doesn't mean it's not true. But you see, I don't live in a space of linear time, sweethearts. And I don't let the outside world dictate to me. I don't let the RV dictate to me. I don't let the United States Incorporated government dictate to me. And I certainly don't engage in all the rhetoric around this RV and these prosperity funds and Nisara and Jasara. Am I aware of it? Probably more so than most. I'm on the councils. You know, I'm in direct contact with the elders. I get it. But I also get this. The elders in the physical aspect will not release it until humanity is deemed worthy of it. And right now, humanity is too, especially in the spiritual communities, in the groups, and everything else, they are still in a battle of calling each other light and dark. Not realizing, not accepting, and not willing to see that they're speaking of themselves. At what point in time are you going to allow yourselves to stop playing in the field of duality and separation? You promote oneness, you promote we are one, you promote unity, and yet you go online, you go out into the world, you go into your little private groups and your public groups, and you sit there and you bash each other. Why? At what point are you going to allow yourselves to see the codependency that you have on money and the fact that you think money is your savior? The RV is not going to save your heart. It's not going to save your soul, sweet ones. It may make life a little more balanced from all the darkness and the lack and everything that you have lived under for thousands of years. Sure. It will bring every being on this physical plane into equality. Absolutely. But what's it going to do, sweet ones, when it's released and you guys are still battling? Do you really think that's going to help humanity? Do you really think that's going to help bring us into unity and oneness? No, it won't. Because as long as you're in your heart, in duality and in separation, that's where you'll stay. You have to go through your heart, sweet ones. You have to live in your heart. Ascension and awakening is a singular journey. Why are you waiting for the rest of the world for you to ascend when you can ascend yourself? Why are you waiting? What are you waiting for? You all say you want to awaken, you want to ascend, you want to change the world. And yet you participate in the very things that you say you want to see different. You want to do yourselves in the world a favor? Go study what energy, frequency, and vibration is. And what it means. Stop worrying about exposing the dark. Because you're just feeding into it. And keeping yourself in separation and duality. Does the world need to hear the truth? At some point, yeah, they had to. That's what all the research and everything that you guys did. But, sweet ones, consider this. Go within and validate this. If that RV was released right now, do you honestly think, with the mentality that the so-called light workers and way showers and all of us that are here to help ascend this planet, with the battle that they still go within each other, do you really think that the right thing would be done with that currency if it was exchanged in the physical plane right now? That the right thing would be done? And I'm talking all around. I'm not talking on an individual level. With the way it is and with the battle that's going on, especially in the community of the RV, Nasara, and everything else, the very ones that hold the currency that is supposed to be the humanitarian, the money for all the humanitarian projects, but yet they can't get over their egos because they're constantly battling with each other. And those are the ones that are supposed to be helping us. And yet they can't even be in their hearts either. They are not able to be unconditionally loving to each other. The RV is the revaluation of the gold of the monetary system, Eliza. It's what's going to bring Earth and humanity into equality on the planetary surface of it, if you will. Sweethearts, we keep encouraging you to stop focusing on the outside world. You want to expose the government. You want to expose Hillary Clinton. You want to expose Trump. But I can guarantee you, all the research you're doing has no room on 5D. Everything in this physical plane right here is all man-made. It is all constructed through the enslavement of humanity, do you honestly think that any of it is going to go into 5D? No. None of it is. None of the ancient mysteries, teachings, none of it. All of it that has been in the 3D matrix. All those memories, why do you think all these ancient memories are coming up for you to release? Because it cannot go on to 5D. So why are you guys focusing? Why are you continuously focusing on 3D? We keep encouraging you and keep encouraging you to keep your focus within in your hearts. And yet, everybody says, yep, we understand. And they turn around 5 minutes later, go on Facebook, and sit there and bash each other. And then talk about unconditional love. How is that unconditional? Somebody please explain this to me, because I'm not seeing it. And I'm not grasping it. And I'm talking to a wall here. All these people that message me, and I keep telling them it's a frequency, it's a frequency, it's a frequency. Go within, raise your frequency. I'm in a losing battle here, sweet ones. Because you guys are caught up in your egos. I don't know what else to say to you, and that's why I'm doing this video. Because you're coming to me for guidance. You're coming to me with questions. And you're not liking my answers. And that's fine. I don't need you to like my answers. But if you cannot see what you're participating in and how you are preventing yourself, which goes into the collective consciousness, which is what is affecting what you guys deem the RV and the prosperity and the saving of humanity. At what point in time are you going to allow yourselves to stop promoting the very thing that you guys sit there and say that you are promoting against? No, you're not. You're just masking it. You're doing the exact same thing to the people that you're complaining of. Only you do it through a different mask and a different disguise. Does that sound harsh? Not to me, it don't. But, perception is your own. Do I sound frustrated? Yeah, I do. I'm very frustrated. Because I am in great awareness and understanding, truly, of what oneness means. And what unity means. And it is not sitting there in private messages saying I love you and then coming on out in the public and sitting there bashing somebody. Am I bashing each of you? No, I'm not. I'm asking each of you to please go within. Please observe thyself. To talk of a better world, Helena, is one thing. When it comes from the heart. But when it sits there and talks about a better world by exposing all of the corruption and blaming and putting people down and calling them names, no, that does not come from the heart. That comes straight from the ego. Sweet ones, if you cannot see the divinity in everybody, regardless of what you call stupid people, regardless of what you call the Illuminati, regardless of what you call the Cabal, if you cannot find the divinity in them, then you are not seeing the divinity in yourself. And sweet ones, love is. It is everything that you complain about. It is all the dark that you sit there and complain and bitch and moan about. All the research that you're doing to expose everybody will not be on 5D Earth. All the corruption that you're promoting, disguising it as we need to expose it so people know, is not going to be on the new Earth. It is a frequency, and you're participating in a lower frequency. So no, you're not going to see the RV. You're not going to see the prosperity. You're not going to see the magic and the miracles being bathed. Because you are still participating in the very thing that you say you want out of. At what time are you going to, at what point are you going to look in the mirror? At what point are you truly going to go within and listen to your spirit? At what point are you going to stop identifying and calling people out and saying they're of the dark? And instead love them unconditionally, which is what you say you promote. I love you, Eddie. I love you all, Jackie, Tammy, Melissa. I've missed quite a bit of you. Sweet ones, I'm not here to bash you. I'm here to love you unconditionally. But as a member of humanity, I am asking you to please observe thyself. Observe what you are focusing your energy on. Calling people out. Calling them stupid. Constantly promoting the BS that is going on in our government. Constantly focusing and bitching about and hanging on to every second. Oh, the RV's going to be released. Oh, the RV's going to be released. Oh, it's going to be released. You guys are spending so much focus on the outside world that you're doing yourself and humanity a whole disservice. Those of us that sit there and truly, and I'm not saying that none of you guys do, but I am saying those of us who truly go within and do our missions from a space of unconditional love, you don't see us focusing or promoting or researching or sharing all the corruption that's going on with Trump and Hillary Clinton and Obama and Nasara and this and that. You don't see none of us focus on that. And if you actually step back and observe, you don't see us promoting any of it. Why is that, sweethearts? Have you asked yourself why? We don't promote it because it's not part of a 5D reality, sweethearts. We don't share the corruption of what's going on in our government because it's not part of the 5D grid. What we do is we encourage you to go within. We encourage you to observe thyself. What does Eddie say here? Let us no longer be insecure, find each other in love. Absolutely. And then he says, because we are too busy creating a new reality. But what new reality is being created, Eddie? As long as the focus is on the outside world and the corruption and the dark and the money and the RV and everything else, what new reality is being created, really? Because that's what the energy is being focused on. And really the focus needs to be here. It does not matter what the outside world is presenting, except to use it as a tool. To see the reflection of self, to see what it is triggering within. And if you are still having to call people stupid and ignorant and black and pink and white and Native American and Australian and Brazilian and Iraqi, if you have to still sit there and call out and say the reptilian and the Anunnaki and everything else is of the dark, at what point are you going to allow yourself to leave that matrix? I am too busy creating a beautiful dream. And yet we go on social media and call people out. Right? That's creating the American dream? No. That's promoting separation. Sweet ones, you want oneness, you want unity. Focus here. Pay attention to what your energy you're putting out. Pay attention to what you're promoting, even if you truly feel that you're doing the world a favor by calling Trump an ignorant orange, whatever they call him. You know what? That's not part of the 5D Earth Grid, sweet ones. The 5D Earth Grid is a light body experience. It is not a physical plane experience in the way that you know it to be. There is no corruption on the 5D grid. There is no judgment on the 5D grid. There is no having to research to expose anything in the 5D grid. The world doesn't need to be exposed. We are fully aware of the corruption that we've been under. Is the 7.8 billion souls on the earth fully aware of it? No. But the ones that are anchoring in the 5D, the grid, us gatekeepers, us grid workers, us light workers, us way showers, the ones that truly focus in here. You don't see us participating in this outside world like that. Because we are doing our missions. We're anchoring it in. And most of us reside there already. So ask yourselves, do you truly want 5D life? Or are you just going to sit here and talk about it? Because the actions and the words aren't matching up and coming into balance, sweet ones. It takes being and it takes doing. And right now, the focus is on the outside world and the corruption and the dark and the light and the battle between the dark and the light. The only battle between the dark and the light is the battle you hold within you. Because the light has already won. And at what point are you going to allow that to sink in and to anchor into your physical vessels? I love you, sweethearts. I really do. You know, I dedicate 20 out of 24 hours a day, except when I'm integrating and I'm knocked on my ass and sick, to raising the frequency in this planet. I dedicate 20 out of 24 hours a day consistently guiding and helping people and doing water purification meditations. I spend 20 to 24 hours a day, the majority, if I'm not doing live videos, if I'm not writing posts, if I'm not trying to increase the light frequency out there, I am in on the phone, I am in private messages, I am on video calls. Working with people. Guiding them to go within their hearts. Because I can give you, and I'm going to use your, I'm not saying this, I'm just going to use your guys' names because you're popping up on my screen. Not me, not Rasta Prince, not Tammy, not Eddie Hensley, not Melissa, not Jackie. None of us can save you. We cannot tell you what to do. Oh, we can tell you. We can encourage you. We can ask you. We can show you the way. You can lead a horse to water. You cannot make them drink. You can plant a seed. You cannot make them water it. But at what point in time, sweethearts, do you say enough is enough? And you look in the mirror. At what point in time are you going to stop accusing? Yes, we know we have been enslaved for a millennium, for hundreds and thousands of years. We get this. But at what point in time are you going to take responsibility for your energy? You think you're doing humanity a favor by exposing it all? No, you're keeping humanity trapped in a frequency. Because the more you guys focus on and concentrate on all the ills of the world, and doing all the research to sit here and expose the government, to expose this, to expose that, you're exposing stuff that only exists in a 3D matrix. Why? Why, when you sit here and say you want a better world, you want to move to 5D, so why are you participating in 3D? Why are you worried about exposing the corruption? We're already aware of it. The truth needs no help being exposed, sweethearts. Go within and the truth is exposed everywhere. So why do you need to expose it? The truth for anybody is in here. You want to promote something. You want to focus on something, sweethearts. Just like Eddie Hensley just got done saying, I'm going to focus on creating a better world, a more beautiful world. That's right. And the only way we can do that is to focus our energy through love, through our hearts. You want to create a better world, then why expose the dark? Why expose and focus on the corruption, or calling Hillary Clinton names, or Bill or Trump names? Truly, in the long run, does it really matter? Because none of it's going to be on the 5D Earth grid. None of it. None of it. So why focus your energy on it? We keep encouraging you. You want to promote something. Promote teaching people how to learn how to breathe, because their breath is their very greatest tool. You want to promote something instead of researching on exposing everything bad and ill in this world. Research on pranic breathing. You want to help the outside world, then help them through here from within. Hi, Christine. How you doing, beautiful? You want to promote something. Promote learning of meditation. Promote learning of quieting the mind. Promote breathing. Promote grounding. Promote spending time out in nature. Promote hugging a tree. Promote organic living. Promote sun gazing. And if you have to research something, promote everybody to research those things. Promote crystals. Promote communion with the animals, with the insects, with the fairies, with the unicorns. Why promote the corruption? Why focus your energy on the corruption? Why focus your energy on money? Money is not your savior. Sweet ones, we have been enslaved for thousands and hundreds and thousands of years that money is our savior. And yet, Dana, practice pranic breathing. That will help your breathing problems, beautiful. For those with lung cancer, practice pranic breathing. It will help. But sweet ones, seriously, I ask you, the tower has fallen, the walls are crumbling down, and the majority of humanity is spiraling right now. The last thing we need to be doing, those of us that are supposedly called light workers, way showers, yada, 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 those we need to be doing is promoting love, not fear. Humanity is already spiraling. The majority of the light workers are spiraling because they were caught up in a false light matrix of don't deal with your darkness, just love, just spread positive messages. You want to help, sweet ones? Then promote that. Promote love. Help those that are spiraling, not by promoting more corruption and more negativity and that the RV is your savior. No. Give them the gift of your time. Give them the gift of your love. Sit with those that are spiraling and hold their hands. Give them that hug that they need. Exchange your wisdom from within and share with them that they are not having a heart attack, that the symptoms that they are going through are ascension symptoms. And if they don't understand it, sit with them and let them talk. Listen to them. You want to promote unity and oneness, promote it that way. Go listen to Teresa LaPrey and her live videos. You want to promote oneness and love and unity. Find those that are focusing not on the corruption in the world, but the love in their hearts. Humanity has lost their humanity because they're so caught up in focusing energy on the corruption in the world, on money, on this, on that. There is a purpose, sweet ones, hear me please. There is a purpose that there is only 144,000 and their soul monads that will go on to the new earth. There is a purpose that out of the almost 8 billion souls that are on this planet, less than 1 billion of them have chosen to awaken and ascend, and the majority are children. Why is that? Have you ever stopped to consider why that is? Sweethearts, The walls are coming down. The tower has fallen. And it's been fallen. And now, you think humanity has been spiraling since this solstice and this full moon? Sweethearts, I'm asking you, with every breath in my being, I am asking you to please focus within. Observe thyself, because the grace period is over. Gaia is cracking open. She ain't waiting for you no more. She has given you every grace period. She has given you every grace she can give you. She has given you all the time she can give you. And now because yes, she is a conscious being. And she's done playing your guys' games of hate. She's not waiting for you no more. And hallelujah to her. Because she deserves it. She is worthy of it. But it's sad that her children still have to sit there and fight with each other. That they still have to hate on each other. Love is all there is, sweet ones. Gaia does not hate on you for the raping that you've done to her. Gaia does not hate on you for all the destruction you have done to her. That we have done to her. So why is it us that sit there and hate on each other? You want to know what unconditional love is? Go communicate with Gaia. Go look outside in the world. You guys sit there and you talk about unconditional love. And yet you hate on each other. And you call each other out. And not once has Gaia ever hated on you. She forgives you in every moment, every breath that you're alive on this planet. And yet it's more important for you guys to sit there and hate each other. It's more important for you guys to see skin color. It's more important for you guys to see corruption. Well, you know what, sweet ones? You want to know how your world is going to be? Take a look outside. Because perception is self-reflection. And if all you see in the world is the need to expose and the need to hate and the need to call people names, then you deserve to be in 3D. Because Gaia don't treat you like that. She loves you unconditionally. And always has. And what's sad is that the majority of the light workers that call themselves light workers and say they promote unconditional love are the very ones who are destroying it. They're the very ones who are tainting it. And then they wonder why people sit there and bash the spiritual community. And then they wonder why they're called false prophets. And why they're not accepted. Because all they've done is put on a different mask, a different disguise. Everything, whether you label it as light or dark, is still love. And if you see the darkness and the corruption in it, that's because you're being asked to go within and see that within yourself, to see that deceit and that hate within yourself. Yes, in the human aspect, we go through experiences. Just like with my pancreatic cancer and my lung cancer. Does that make me a hateful person? No. Does that stop me from going out and helping humanity? No. Even when I am sitting here and I'm sicker than a dog, I am still on video calls. I am still helping people. I am still guiding them to learn how to breathe. You don't see me going out there and calling Bill Clinton a pedophile. You don't see me spreading fear. Am I perfect? Yeah, I am. I'm perfectly imperfect, and I'm very proud of that. Because yes, as you all say, we're still human. Well, I'm not human. I have a human aspect. I have a human vessel. I'm a galactic, divine, multidimensional being of light. Sweet ones, I love you. And I don't just say that just to hear myself say it. Because you know what? If I want to hear myself say it, I go stand in front of my mirror and I look deep into my eyes. And I tell myself when I start feeling insecure that I love you, Linda. I appreciate you, Linda. I am grateful for you. And when I run into a circumstance, like I did the other night when I reached out and I was ignored and rejected again, I observe it. And I go with it and I heal it, because I know when I heal it in here, I heal it within a 100-mile radius of everybody around me. Because everything is energy, frequency, and vibration. So what kind of vibration are you putting out? What kind of energy are you putting out when you focus on hating each other, when you focus on calling people out, when you focus on calling people names? When you focus on the corruption in the world? I'm doing it in the name of love. It needs to be exposed. No. You're doing it in the name of ego because you want to expose it. Not because the world needs to know it. 5D Earth has no need for it. None. None. 5D New Earth. Everything is new. What does the definition of new mean to you? Because what it means to me, and I have great understanding of 5D Earth. New means nothing. No thing. Nothing of the old goes on to the new. Not the memories, not the teachings, not the fall of Atlantis, not the fall of Lemuria, not the ancient Egyptian goddesses, high priests, high priestesses. None of those teachings, none of those memories, none of the corruption in this government, anything that is man-made, that is man-constructed, is going to be deconstructed, including, why is that? So everything that you're promoting, everything you promote that has to do with the cabal and the dark and the corruption of our government and everything else, ask yourself why. Because in the 5D Earth grid, none of it's there. None of it. No thing of the old will go to the new. The only thing that will go to the new Earth grid is your light bodies and the lessons that your soul has learned. But all this stuff that you feel is necessary to focus your energy on, of exposing, that's just keeping you trapped into a matrix of duality and separation. So if you really want the world, the new Earth, sweet ones, really go within and observe yourself. And really tap into Gaia and understand and come to understand fully what unconditional love is. Because unconditional love isn't ignoring somebody, isn't calling them stupid, isn't sitting there exposing each other for the wrongs that they do. It's called forgiveness. It's called unconditional love, because you offer and extend to yourself and to all others forgiveness. So if somebody has done you wrong, including Trump, including the Anunnaki, including the reptilians, including Hillary Clinton, including all of the cabal, including this, including that, forgiveness. 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 Forgiveness again. And love, 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 love. Observe thyself and ask yourself what your attachment is to the egoic need to expose corruption. Ask yourself, what is the attachment to the need of having money as your savior? Observe thyself and ask yourself, what is the attachment to the need for not accepting all others, that you feel that they're stupid or they're ignorant because you hold on to your own beliefs that are untrue. 5D Earth is a transparent existence. It's a telepathic existence. It's a light body existence. It is not flesh. And as long as you live through the ego mind that you have been enslaved in, through your beliefs, you will remain in the lower frequencies of the 3D Earth grid. You will remain in duality and separation. Because that is the divine will. And the divine will has been done. Humanity has been in a grace period, and humanity's grace period is over. Gaia's not waiting on you no more. She's giving you all the chances that she can. And I encourage you to go within and validate that. Please take my word for nothing. I am her planetary consciousness. It matters not to me whether you accept that or not. But I do ask you to go in and communicate with her. I do ask you to go within and validate anything I say. And I do ask you to observe thyself and what you're focusing your energy on, because the majority of humanity at this point is in fear, including the majority of the so-called spiritual community, because they cannot see past their own walls that they have put up, their walls of beliefs. And I really encourage you, sweet ones. Time is speeding up. And I truly, truly encourage you to really step back and see just what you're focusing your energy on. Because the majority are blinded by their own walls and their own beliefs that they've put up. And they still are promoting the very things that they preach against. Only they're doing it through a different disguise, a different mask, calling it love. I love you, friends. All I can do is ask and encourage you to really observe thyself. And for all those that are so caught up in this RV and the savior of money, please don't message me. I don't have the answers. At least not the answers that you want to hear. And am I judging you? No, I'm not. I'm asking you to observe thyself. I honor every single one of your free will choices. And I love you all, fully, unconditionally. And all I can do is ask you to observe thyself. And to really observe them, what you have traded one set of masks for another set of masks. Because you see, sweet ones, Spirit holds no beliefs. Spirit is fully transparent. It's only you who hold beliefs. It's only the human vehicles that hold beliefs. And it's those beliefs that humanity is supposed to be transcending. To each one of you, us, we, on our individual ascension journeys, because it's a solitary journey. We hold the keys. And the corruption that's being exposed by those of you who are exposing it and focusing your energy on it will not ascend with you. And it won't ascend with the planet. So I encourage you, for those of you who are just waking up, or for those of you who are finding themselves in a space, I encourage you, if you need to research anything, go research energy, frequency, and vibration. I encourage you to go research breath, pranic breathing. I encourage you to go research the different techniques on how to quiet your mind. And I really, really encourage you to go within your hearts. Because it is only through true, unconditional love, not what the human and the lightworker community has defined as what unconditional love is. The only way you're going to truly understand it is to go within. And by the grace of God, and by the grace of Gaia, may you each find it. I love you, sweet ones. Big, big, big hugs and blessings. Have a good afternoon. Bye-bye now.